Hello. Alright, this is just gonna be, I guess, a new type of video because people have been asking it for a little bit. On how to macro, like, all the macroable story arcs. I'm not gonna do raids because you can't do Marine, and I've already made a video on Hell City 6. So I'm gonna be doing the story one, alright? So, yeah, I guess we'll start soon. First things first, of course, you need tiny text. Right? You need the tiny text. Or I guess any other macro application that you may have or are using or have heard of. It really all depends on what you have. But this is the one that I think is recommended the most amongst like in this community at the very least. So I will start going through the stories. So first things first, I guess I'll just tell which ones I'm gonna go through. I'll be going to Desert, Water Park, Star Mansion, Superhero City, and Hero Association. The reason to why, obviously, I think for those who know, you cannot do Hollow and you cannot do Planet Namek. You cannot do the this one or this one. All the acts are impossible to do due to the fact that they just have like kind of like Marine Raid act, or kind of just like Marine Raid. They have way too many spawns at way too many areas. Like it would have been bearable maybe if like the spawns are like one half side of the map. That may have been bearable. But the fact that they could you could either be spawning next to your base, like somewhere in the middle, next to the enemy base. It's kind of like it's a lot. All right, so I'll be doing those. I'll try to hopefully make this video a little bit more condensed than what it should be, I guess, but we shall see. All right, time to get into it. So first things first, it's desert. I'm just gonna do Act One. This should work all the way up to Act 6, and all you need in this, um, I'm going to do that just because all you need in this one is simple. All that you really need is technically for all of these is Tatsumaki. It used to be Bowback, but Tatsumaki has better damage. She's just Bowback 2.0, as we all have talked about. So in this one, all you need to do is start your Tiny Task recording, hit the hotkey, click anywhere you want, press your Tatsumaki button, place her down, go up a little bit, click, spam upgrade, spam the retry button. Wherever will that be? I think it'll be here. For story, and if you're doing challenges, it would be like somewhere like here instead. And then if you look at it, if I click replay, it should be doing this for pretty much the rest of the run. It's just it. Oh, I forgot to press Q in between places. So after you place down the Tatsumaki, you want to press Q. You want to be doing this. Sorry, I gotta stop this thing. So, like, if you place her down, you place her, press Q, and then do this. The reason you want to do that, I moved. Sorry. The reason you want to do that is because if you do that, you'll be guaranteed to be able to place Tatsumaki every single time next time, instead of like every other uh, tiny task rotation. And that's going to be more or less how most of them run. So I'll be leaving this one, um, and I will show you again when I've returned to the lobby, and I shall continue with water park and the rest later on. All right, see, let's do this. All right, and now we're back in the lobby. So let's start up with the next story to show how to macro, and that will be water park. I will do again just Nightmare Act 1. I guess Act 6 should work too. But yeah. Now, I probably should have said what kind of Tatsumaki you need to use, because all my macros are single placement, specifically because I have Overlord. So I'm kind of forced into single placement. But I will say now, I guess I'll start saying for desert and for this current one for water park. Okay, so first things first, you only need Tatsumaki. Could be traitless, could be any trade. Like this one is perfectly fine because these two are super easy. So in this one, same thing as last time. Click the card, press anywhere you want, press 2 or wherever Tatsumaki button is, go to here, click to place, press Q, scroll up a little bit, click, and go to upgrade, and then click either retry if you're in story, or click next, retry over here if you're in challenges. And that's about it for this macro pretty much. Of course, this one's a random one. And the reason to why that should have ended a long time ago. The reason to why I don't like doing like the whole macro is because you could accidentally like I guess in some other maps accidentally be bounced off because you still could be bounced off from this one I think unless they fixed it. So yeah, you do a quick like 20 to 30-second macro, and then you just place Tatsumaki, spam upgrade her, and she should be fine. And she should carry you throughout the rest of this. You could just replay the act and grind for whoever you need to in desert and in water park. All right, I'll see you back at I think it's Star Mansion next. I think it's Star Mansion. I could be wrong. Well, see you in a bit. All right, here we go again. Next one. So the next one, as far as I remember, it should be Star Mansion because, like I said, we're skipping Hollow, we're skipping Planet because, or Namek, sorry, because obviously there are too many spots. Next it is a Star Mansion. So this one actually, you at least in my eyes, it is impossible for you to use Tatsumaki. I think this is the only one because I don't think you can even run to the left and just forcefully hit like the house. So this is the only one where it will be a different macro, and I think I'll just link that one in the description because I think I have that macro already up. So yeah, I'll just skip this one again. Unless if I forget, sorry, but yeah. So just look in the description for this one, or look in the comments or something, or just look in my channel somewhere. Because I know I made like a very scuffed one before, and I think I'll just keep that one up. But obviously, if you have like the only way to do this, especially if you want to do a Nightmare Act 6 Star Mansion, you need someone that has damage. You need like an Overlord unit that is either, if you want to only have a single placement macro, you need like someone like Hay, someone like Choin, someone like I guess I'm talking about Evos as well. They're Evos. Maybe someone like Smoker, or you just need someone that has good damage, may not be too expensive to max, and you can place in wave one. So there are two ways to do this macro. The way I'm gonna show you, I guess I should show you with the unit that I usually do it with. So I shall swap teams to my full on non full on pure damage team because it has the units I'm looking for. So this is just an example. There are two ways to do this, and I'm gonna show you the way that I usually do it because and I guess you would need this unit otherwise, but yeah, you can replace. You can do this with I think a lot of other units. Just they cannot be too expensive, or you need like really good traits on them. So I guess in here you would not start recording, at least with this first method. First method is wave one, you place down a speed weapon. Place them down anywhere. You don't record yet. Do not record, remember, do not record yet unless you just have insane macro, like you have like insane sense of where to place. Now if you have an Untra, you should have money now. You place the second one. But if you don't have Untra, just place one. You don't need to place two. I just place two because I can. But usually you don't have one. And then now you start them. Press F8, click anywhere, press 1, So or Speedwagon. Place him where you would place your first Speedwagon. Click away. And then if you place the second one, place the second one. Otherwise, just skip this step. And then click on Jotaro OH. Place him right underneath you. Press Q. Scroll up a little bit above his head, like here. Because that's where you guarantee click. Click here. Spam upgrade. And then click retry, I think in the middle, if you're in story. Or click retry here if you're in challenge. Now this does work, and then you end your recording. Obviously, I did it slow, so if you did it faster, you probably could make it like a 30-second macro, which is very possible. So now, if you look at it, my macro will play out the exact same steps that I did earlier. It will try to place down a Speedwagon first, where I place my other Speedwagon. So this just makes sure that either you're on wave 1 or 2, or you're like on a later wave. Because now, okay, now it's time to place Jotaro, and then you place him down. Boom, press Q, and then you scroll up a little bit, go over there, click up, click him again, and then you spam upgrade him again. This is the reason to why. The very cheap and early power spec with huge AoE. That's why Jotaro OH is so powerful and has been meta for so long. Only now, I think, feeling threatened to be dethroned by Hay, which is the other unit that I want to test. So that's the end of that macro. But if you, for some reason, you got lucky and you got Hay, you could instead do this macro. Let's say like they're not here. I guess I'll just show Hay in the new one. So be right back for method number 2. All right, let's go back at it again for method number 2 for Star Mansion still, because we're not changing it. There's 2 methods technically to do this one. Now, again, this is only if you have a very strong like Overlord or Avatar single placement unit. Obviously, if they have good AoE and good SPA, that would help a lot more as well. And they need to be like 600 or less. Now, the one I'll be using is Hay, because that's the one I have currently. So I'll be using that. So in this one, you instantly start the macro. Click anywhere, press Hay, place her right over here at the edge of your screen. Press spam Q, press her again, spam upgrade, and then click away, click retry, or click, I think, retry over here if you're in challenges. Here if your story, here if your challenges. And then end the macro. Then once you click play, it should replay the entire thing. This one's much faster, much more reliable, I think. But again, the only problem is that if you're currently trying to grind for Jotaro OH, you probably do not have Hay. You probably don't have much, like, you don't have Jotaro OH himself, probably, obviously. But this can be tested with other units, obviously. You can try Smoker, you could try Shanks if you somehow get those first. You could try Garp. Garp would be really useful here compared to Tatsumaki, because there's no hills nearby. And as you can see while I'm talking here, the macro works perfectly fine. Of course, it helps that Hay has like good AoE, pretty good range, and the damage is enough to cover and deal and kill them mostly in one hit. So now that's pretty much all I'm doing. Now I want to test, because I don't think we should walk to the left. Hit the pole, you'll hit the building, you'll walk all the way here. Yeah, there is no shot of you actually doing the walking movement, because you'll hit this pole first. Unless you plan to walk up. But then if you walk up a lot, because my macros are very short macros, you would walk up and just keep hitting and going up more. You could take place here if you get here somehow. But yeah, I think this is the only way to macro. These are I think in my opinion these are the only 2 ways to macro Star Mansion Act 6 or any act in general. Alright. So see you again back in the lobby for the next world, where I think we start off with the new ones, the One Punch Man ones. All right, now up to the next story. Let's go. Let's see. Next one would be Superhero City. Now this one seems again. This one goes back to Tatsumaki. In my opinion, I think you would need at the very least Overlord to do Grind X6, especially Nightmare. Like, I will show this one to its fullest, just so you can trust and see that Overlord Tatsu does solo this. So this section will be a bit longer than I think it normally would be. I'll try to talk through it all, like explain a little bit maybe, but the macro is the same most of the time. Like in this case, like since you spawn right here, you could do this. At least this is I think where the best placement would be. You press your record, press Tatsu. I think the best spot would be roughly here. Press spam Q, go up a little bit, press Tatsu, spam upgrade, press retry or something, like retry here. In this case, because I'm in story, and the replay, and I shall let this play out while I'm trying to chat over to show you guys that it is possible. I mean, I've done Hero Association X6, so this should be possible. Um, but yeah, the reason to why I'm a bit skeptical is because if you place Tatsumaki too far forward, she doesn't have enough range to cover to kill the boss in time. That's kind of the only problem. Because I tried to do this before, and I placed her too far forward, like in the cars in front. Like you see the cars right in front of me. I placed her there before, and she didn't have enough like area coverage. Like the paths were too short in total, to the point where she could not kill them in time. So because the boss has like I think roughly like 10 million HP or something, I don't really remember. I just know that the boss in Hero Association 6 has like 19 mil. So I'll keep talking through this, or I'll probably just maybe try to have a speed up somehow on this thing. But yeah. So if you want to keep watching this, keep watching this. This will probably either be a silent moment of just the normal game speed, or it'll just be the speed up version to show you that yeah, this macro works, and Tatsumaki Overlord can solo this, which isn't surprising since Overlord Tatsu does solo raids, specific both raids. But I guess the difference is that the she has much more area to cover because the paths are much more intertwined with each other. Like in Marine, the front area she covers like a good chunk of the path. In Hell City, she has like a big bend to cover, so like it's like multiple bends to cover. So like it's very nice. Here though, it's a much shorter looking map, but we shall see. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's see if this macro can actually do it. All right. Now we're on to the last story. So I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It's gonna probably be around maybe I think it's gonna be 20 minutes because I think it's 2 minutes per. Well, we'll see, I guess. But so this is gonna be the last one. And as far as I know, this tactic works because I've been grinding it. I grinded overnight to try to get the stained bandage, and I got it. So hey, beautiful stuff. So Hero Association current last map. This is before. Uh, this is before the Solo Leveling 2 update, so they could add new stories in the future. But I will probably just add them by themselves, like single post videos or something. So here we go. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll post every single one right now as a separate video. Maybe make a playlist out of it. That would be cool. Yeah. All right. So in this one, oh god, still loading. You wanna start your tiny task, click somewhere, or click where the retry button would be, I guess, first, so it's easier, and then walk to the left constantly. Once you reach here, you can stop walking, press Tatsumaki, place Tatsumaki roughly anywhere really works. Roughly here, I guess. Just as long as you put it on this car, spam Q, click again to go to click her. So upgrade, spam the upgrade button, click away, and then end the recording. Now I will again show the rest of this video, of this part at least, me macroing this. As you can see, my one's only like a quick 30-20 second macro, and it is doing the walking. But because this car is big enough, I don't, and quote unquote small enough as well, being there's no wall above it, I am able to just keep running left without actually moving. So you have a hard block there for your association exits. So in this one, it is very possible for you to use Tatsumaki. But again, I think, as far as I know, you need at the very least Overlord. Maybe Avatar works, probably does. But for Glitch, you just need to find a different macro or modify this macro a little bit. And instead of only placing one, you place two and upgrade two. Again, it's your choice on how you want to do this. This is just all the macros that I do and on how I do it. I'm grateful I'm really grateful I got Overlord Tatsumaki. But yeah. So see you around, everybody, and good luck grinding story, and let's see what's to come in Solo Leveling Part 2. So the video will continue playing, but this is pretty much the end of it. I don't know why you're still here. So if you want to watch this speed up of what the video is, well, that's fine with me. So see you around. Have fun watching the proof that this can complete Hero Association Act 6.